Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So the Sephora spring sales event is going on basically today through the weekend. So I wasn't originally planning on shooting a video on this, but then the more I was like looking through my things, I realized I actually had quite a few things that I use pretty often that are going to be going on sale. So I figured I would just hop on here really quickly, get this up quick, and just like let you guys know what some of my top picks would be. So Sephora does a sale like this about twice a year, and it's obviously this one that's going on right now, and then the second time that they do it is around the holidays. So I know a lot of people out there definitely do kind of wait around for it to kind of spend their money in the smartest way possible, because other than this, Sephora doesn't really have a lot of things that go on sale too often. So if you were looking to spend your money or buy some things that you wanted to invest in that you maybe wouldn't do it normally because you know, some things are really pricey, this is definitely a good time to do it. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is going to be this Lancome eyelash primer. This is the second tube that I've purchased, and I've been using it for about 2 or 3 months now, and I really like it. The thing I really like about it is that it actually works as kind of like a conditioning mask for your lashes. It's infused with vitamin E, so it actually says that you can use this just as like a mask for your lashes, even at nighttime when you go to bed, as just like a conditioning and nourishment. So I put this on before I put my mascara on, obviously. I normally do 2, maybe 3 coats. I mean, 3 might be pushing it because that's kind of a lot, but it definitely makes my lashes longer and more thick. The whole reason I decided to even try this primer in the first place is because I used to just pile on my mascara. I would literally sit there with like 2 or 3 different mascaras, and I would just be piling it on coat after coat after coat. And then by the time I got them to where I wanted them to look like lengthwise, it kind of would start to look like clumpy and goopy, like my lashes would all be sticking together, and that wasn't really the vibe I was going for. So that's when I decided that I wanted to try out a primer. And again, just the fact that this one is so healthy for your lashes, I really do recommend it. So if you've been following me for any sort of time at all, then you already know that my Clinique Moisture Surge is like hands down my go-to moisturizer. I've talked about this many times on my channel, and I'm still as in love with it as I was the day I bought it. It's just something about the formula that I absolutely love. It's like a gel consistency. So it's a water-based moisturizer, and it is just, oh gosh, I don't even know. It's nice and light, which I absolutely love. I am just not a fan of super thick lotions of any kind on my body, on my face, nowhere. I don't like it. So the fact that I could get a moisturizer like that that's nice and light, but I can still get the same amount of moisture and hydration out of it as I would with like a thicker, heavy cream, I'm super into. I use it in the morning, I use it at night. I love it like after a beach day when you're a little sunburned and you come home and you take a shower and you get out and you just slather that on your face. Oh, it just feels so good on your skin. Sticking with the theme of moisture here, let's just go ahead and talk about this little guy. Now this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. So basically it is exactly what it says it is. You put this lip mask on before you go to sleep at night, and when you wake up, your lips are smooth as a baby's bottom. It really helps with dryness, flakiness, cracking of your lips, anything like that. It's just a nice thick consistency, and I like to put that on as like the last step of my skincare routine and then hop right into bed. I'll even pop it on during the day sometimes if I'm just having like a lazy day around the house. I mean, there's no rules to this thing. You can wear it anytime you want, but it's just great at night because once you climb into bed with it on, it's like you're not really touching your lips that much, so it has a nice amount of time to just kind of like sit and do its job. So the next skincare product that I want to talk about is going to be this Honeymoon Glow Night Serum from Pharmacy. I'm someone that with skincare, I like to see like instant results to know that what I'm using is working. Obviously, I know that it can't be with everything that you use for your skincare. Certain things are going to be over time, and that is okay. But again, I do like those products that I can like feel it working or I can see results. And this is one of those products that does it for me. So this is a chemical exfoliant that you want to use about 2 to 3 times a week. I would say if you have never used a chemical exfoliant before, that I would kind of ease my way into it. As soon as you put it on your face, you do feel it like tingling, sometimes a little bit more stinging, I would say, especially again if you're not used to it or if you have more sensitive skin. So maybe start off with just like 1 pump, and then once you start getting a little bit more comfortable with it, or you feel like you're fine and you can go ahead and start using it 2 times a week and maybe do an extra pump. When I use it these days, I just slather it all over. I'm like up in there, it's down my neck, and I can feel it tingling, and I love the sensation because I feel like it's like doing its job. And take my word for it, when you wake up in the morning, your skin is like glass. So on the website, it says it's a 3-in-1 night serum that resurfaces, rehydrates, and clarifies dull skin while you sleep. It's for every type of skin. It says normal, dry, combination, and oily. And it's supposed to help with your pores, fine lines, and wrinkles. And it's also supposed to help with the loss of firmness and elasticity. It has hyaluronic acid in it. And then the honey that's inside of it is known for its soothing properties. I mean, you guys, really, what more could you ask for in a product? You guys would never know it because I have strategically positioned myself. But peep what's going on back here. Now moving into makeup, I want to talk about one of my favorite primers, and that is going to be the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. You already know your girl has got the largest pores on the face of the planet. That's okay, working with what God gave me, and of course the genetics of my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Now with that being said, I have used countless amounts of primers, all kinds of blurring primers that are supposed to take away the appearance of pores and your texture, so on and so forth. And out of all of them that I've ever tried, I love the Tatcha one the absolute best. So something to know about large pores, or if you have large pores, there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. There is no product out there that is going to ever shrink the size of them. Now what you want to do is really get in there with some good skincare products and make sure that when you're cleansing your face that you're getting deep down in there and you're cleaning your pores out. That way it reduces the appearance of them. Now with that being said, the thing that you don't ever want to do is use any kind of primer on your face that has silicone in it. What that actually is going to do is over time clog your pores, which in turn is going to make them look larger, which is obviously what we don't want and the reason why we're using the primer in the first place. So we're completely defeating the purpose. So a little fun fact about this primer is that instead of silicone, they actually use pressed silk, which is actually supposed to smooth and make your makeup last longer while also helping to prevent clogged pores, and that's what we want. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are going to be these Clinique Chubby Sticks. What this is a moisturizing, intense lip color balm. So this is kind of more like a colored chapstick, I guess is how I would describe it. This definitely has a really nice color payoff, but when you put this on your lips, it feels extremely moisturizing. I mean, it says it right on here, intense moisturizing lip color balm, and that is exactly what it is. It's definitely less thick than a lipstick. It's a little bit on the sheer side actually, so these would be really great for like summer days when you're not really wearing that much makeup, if any makeup at all, but maybe you just want a little bit of color on your lips, or those no makeup days when you're just wearing something very minimal, nothing heavy, not a full face or anything. I also think these would be really nice for someone who's just starting to get into makeup, like any kind of teenage girl or high schooler, anything like that, because again, it does have a good color payoff, but it's definitely more on the natural side. Now, little fun fact about me is that I have been really into cream products lately. So when I saw this blush from NARS, I knew that I had to get it. Now this is a liquid blush and it comes with a pump style. So here's the little pump. You guys, this is probably gonna last me for 10 years. I'm not kidding you. I do like the tiniest little pump on my fingers, rub it in and just kind of like dab it into my skin, and the color payoff is crazy. I feel like I use the tiniest little bit of product and it's really natural looking. It's really pretty. I think it's gonna be perfect for summertime, springtime, all of that. This color I think is perfect for spring and summer. It's definitely more of like a rosy coral color. They have two other colors as well. I think it's like a mauve color, and then I can't really remember what the third one is, but I think the product in general is really, really nice. This last makeup item is also something that I used in my last video, and that is the Tarte In Bloom eyeshadow palette. This is just the palette that I reach for on the daily. It's an everyday kind of go-to eyeshadow palette because it has a lot of really nice neutral, natural colors in it. The colors aren't even really showing up like as pretty as they are because the light is kind of washing them out. But this is another one if you're just getting into makeup or if you're a young girl. I think these colors are going to be perfect for someone like that. And again, perfect for anybody who just likes a really simple, neutral kind of eyeshadow look on the daily, like an everyday type wear. So this next thing I want to talk to you guys about is actually fairly new to me as well. I just purchased it myself about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I've really been liking it, and that is going to be this Hourglass dual-ended makeup brush. Now, if I was smart, I would have waited for the Sephora sale to buy it for myself, but sometimes I get into these like impulsive shopper moods, and I had it in my head that I just wanted it right then, and stupidly I purchased it because, drum roll, you guys, this is a $60 makeup brush. I know. Like, who am I buying a $60 makeup brush? But it's okay, I'm not gonna dwell on it. It is what it is. Moving on. The most important part about it is that I like it. So with that being said, if you guys have wanted to try this brush out, this is the perfect time to buy it because it's gonna be on sale. I will say that when I first got this, I didn't know how I felt about it. I used it a couple times and I was like, all right, like, it kind of feels like my Real Technique brushes, to be honest with you, like my powder Real Technique brush. That's what this like bigger end feels like. But I don't know what it is. Every single time I do my makeup, and I do mean every single time I do my makeup for the past 3 weeks, this is the brush that I'm picking up and using. I mean, this is like a face brush in general. You can kind of use it for whatever you want. You could use this for powder. I use it personally for bronzer. This is just what I've been using on the daily for my powder bronzer. So this smaller end is made to go with their translucent powder, which is actually another thing that I have to talk about with you guys too. So the size of this is perfect to kind of dip into any kind of setting powder and to set your under eye with. It is perfect and it does really make it look more flawless. Honestly, I kind of use it for all kinds of stuff. I'll use it to set my under eye. I'll use it for blush. It's kind of a little jack of all trades right here. So now that I've already touched on this, let's just go ahead and talk about it. So this is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. This is a cult favorite. This powder is just loved by so many people and it is really nice. It's nice and finely milled. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've used this. I actually kind of forgot that I had it because I haven't really used like a loose powder in a while. I've been using another one that I'm about to talk about mostly, but then when I got this out the other day, I was like, ooh, why haven't I been using this? I forgot how much I loved it, but it feels like silk on your skin. It's so finely milled. It's really nice. It's silky smooth. It really does help set your makeup and kind of like blurs your imperfections, if you will. So if you're looking for a translucent powder, I definitely would recommend this one. It is really nice. Now for the one that I've been using lately in my daily routine, and that is gonna be the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Protecting Micro Powder. Woo! Now this is a little bit different because this is not a translucent powder like the Veil one is. This is a pressed powder and this is what I've been using to set my under eye. I really like it. Charlotte Tilbury is an amazing brand and I've really been loving it. Again, this is kind of my go-to one that I reach for every day when I'm doing my makeup. Now jumping in to the last kind of makeup related product that I have, and that is going to be this Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Hands down, my favorite setting spray that I've ever used. This is like the travel size bottle. I love this stuff because it makes my makeup stay all day long. Like if I'm going to work or I know I'm gonna have a full day where I'm gonna be in my makeup for 8+ hours, this is the stuff that I'm reaching for. It's so amazing. Hands down, my favorite. Every girl should own this, in my opinion. All right, if you guys hung in this far, we're close. It's the home stretch. This is the second to last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and it is going to be a fragrance. This is called Good Girl. So I am extremely picky when it comes to fragrances. I do not like any kind of like floral scented fragrances, or I mean, I shouldn't say fragrance, I should just say perfumes or anything like that. And I'm just so picky. So when I actually find one that I like, I become like pretty obsessed with it. These are the two perfumes that I own. This is the Lancome, and I don't even want to try to pronounce the scent because it's kind of embarrassing and I can't pronounce it correctly, but it's the one that Julia Roberts is like in the commercials for. I'll link this down below. That both of them just kind of have a really feminine, like womanly vibe to them, and that's what I'm about when it comes to fragrances. I wasn't originally planning on talking about this one, but since I mean it is sitting right here and I pulled it out, I might as well link this one down below as well because this is like my original OG and then this is like my new little guy that I'm loving, but they're both really great. Now last but certainly not least is going to be these tanning drops that you can use for your face. So these come in really handy for when you are doing your self tan at home and you don't want to look like your face is a totally different color than your body. Basically what this is you put these drops into your moisturizer at nighttime when you go to sleep as often as you want. I normally do mine like 1 to 2 times a week, just depending. But the reason why these are so nice is because you don't ever want to put the self tanner that you would apply on your body onto your face because your skin is so much more sensitive on your face and you wouldn't want to like break out or have any kind of skin issues because of a self tanner. So these drops are a little pricey. I want to say when I got these, I've had these for a year, you guys, and I still have like a pretty good amount in here. But I want to say they were maybe like 50 bucks, but they go a really long way. All you do is just do like 2 to 3 drops mixed in with your moisturizer at night, rub it on just like a lotion, go to bed and you wake up and you're tan. So these are the Tan Luxe, and then I also have the brand Isle of Paradise, because they came out with a like gradual tanning lotion. So you got the face drops along with the lotion for your body. So I have tried both of these and I will say they're basically the exact same product. I wouldn't necessarily recommend one over the other, and I can't think of the price right now off the top of my head, so I guess I would suggest just getting whichever one is less expensive. And also, if you're able to choose like a shade range, I feel like I would definitely go medium to dark. Even like the darkest, I use the darkest, because again, you can always just use less product if you needed to. I also did want to mention that if you were interested in trying out any kind of skincare things, like Drunk Elephant is an amazing skincare line. I know that they have a like beginner's kit. So if you're interested in getting into skincare, maybe you want to add some more things to your routine, but you're not super knowledgeable, that would be a really good way to go too, because again, their stuff is pricey, so the sale is definitely a good time to buy. And then like one of their top selling products is going to be their baby facial. It is a top seller. People rave about it all the time. So if you are maybe thinking about picking up some things but you're not sure what you want, again, I think I would suggest doing skincare over makeup, just because I feel like those are the pricier items that you're gonna get a little bit better of a deal on if you're looking to spend a little bit of money. If you guys do end up getting any of the things that I talked about in today's video, please let me know down below in the comment section. I love to hear from you guys when you like things that I recommend to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.